Yo. Yeah, I just saw Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Okay? Okay. Yo. I'm still trying to process what I just saw here. I didn't even know if I could do this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut through this because this movie effed me up. This isn't Tom Cruise Mummy. This isn't, what's his name? Fraser Mummy. That guy. That isn't that. This isn't Universal Mummy. No. This is a different kind of mummy movie that's gonna stick with me for quite a while. Now, let's talk about what it's about. Okay, there's a family, right? Expecting mom and her husband and their two other kids. They're in residence in Cairo, Egypt, and he's a journalist and whatnot. And they end up, their daughter, who was like about 8 or something like that at the time, goes missing, right? And it's horrible. It's the worst thing a parent has to go through. So I felt that vibe because I'm a parent, so I get it. 8 years later, they find her, and she's not herself. She's a mess. Apparently, she was found inside a sarcophagus, mummified in a sarcophagus. What the hell, right? So they don't know exactly what happened. The dad is trying to research it, trying to figure it out. He talks to a college professor. There's a police detective back in Cairo. She's trying to figure it out on her end because that's where it happened, right? The family had for 8 years tried to piece their lives together. They had the other baby. Now that girl it's a girl. She's 8, around the same age as the one that disappeared. And they're living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And they're living with the girl's mom, the grandma. When they bring her home, they advise her, look, just bring her home. She's not herself. She's a mess, basically. And when they brought her home, that almost immediately, crazy things start happening. Okay? Supernatural, paranormal craziness. And then I realized in the middle of the movie that this movie was giving me Evil Dead vibes. And now I see that Lee Cronin was the one who directed Evil Dead Rise a couple of years ago and is making the next Evil Dead movie, right? So now I understood why it made me feel that way, because it's definitely a nod. It gives you Sam Raimi vibes. I mean, like, you felt it, like, and as things get worse, they slowly throughout. I like the pacing of this movie because it kind of slowly shows you what is going on here. Apparently, there's this ancient curse that's been going on for thousands of years, that this particular family's been holding down this crazy woman, right? And they transfer this Egyptian demon thingy from one person to another to hold it inside this mummified state, inside the sarcophagus, for God knows how many years, until it's time for it to be transferred to another host, preferably an innocent one. There's a scene in this movie where I cannot imagine what those two parents must have been feeling and going through, because the officer, the detective, flew all the way to Albuquerque because they threw. I'm not gonna give away stuff, but she shows them basically what they did to their daughter, and all I know is that I was filled with horror, dread, disturbing dread, and pain for them. Okay, because that's their little girl. Okay, and look, I'm already riled up. These crazy maniacs, and their rituals, and it was something. It was like a mix of Egyptian lore and something of the demonic. It was possession. The girl was possessed. They transferred this Egyptian demon into her, and it started affecting the other kids, and the other kids get a taste of it. You know, the younger brother, the younger sister who's 8. You know, you start seeing what it's doing to them. You see what it does to the grandma. You see what it's doing to, it's like it's tearing the family apart. And one of the main things that they mention about this particular demon is that that's what it specializes in, the destruction of families. And I was like, yeah, well, it's working. I wanted at some point for somebody to get a freaking exorcist in there, a priest, and like do his thing, man, and fight. Get Bill, Ed and Lorraine Warren in there, to fight this, because it was just. I felt throughout the whole movie, my Catholic instincts kept on kicking in, like they need a priest, and I knew it wasn't going to go that direction. So, but my little personal bias gets in the way, and I can't help it because that's how I feel. This movie was gross. That it had all the it was gross. Like the things that would happen was like ew, the gore, the blood, the horror, the voices, the rocking back and forth. You know how that works with the possessed people in these movies. All of it was finely tuned into this disturbing package that just I couldn't. It was insane. This movie was good. I can't front. I'm gonna give The Mummy 4 coffee cups because that joint had me rolling. I was like cringing. I wasn't. I mean, for those of you who don't like movies like that because it scares you that much, this will scare you. It didn't scare me so much as it just freaking disturbed me, pissed me off. The way it ends, though, there's a little bit of satisfaction you kind of feel towards the end that wrongs are made right. And I just would recommend anybody to see this movie, 4 coffee cups. Let me know if you saw it, and when you do, come back, talk to me, comment below, and let me know what you think of this new adaptation of The Mummy. Lee Cronin, and now he's making another Evil Dead movie, I heard. Let's see where that goes. Until next time, this is all I got. I'm gonna say a deep prayer so I can have peaceful sleep tonight after watching this movie. And until next time, this is Rob Perez, Horror and Coffee. Drink your coffee. This movie was hot. My coffee's hot. Is your coffee hot? Let me know. Until next time, take care.